Hey HT, what do you think about vaccines? Hmm. Well, the HT thinks vaccines are good. And the HT thinks that everybody should become vaccinated. You know that during the smallpox and polio scourges, they were seen as a godsend. A godsend. People were praying to get some kind of help from these scourges. So we got vaccines for polio and smallpox. And you know what happened? We were able to eradicate smallpox. Eradicate it. We completely destroyed it, obliterated it. There's no more such thing as smallpox in the world anymore because of vaccines. Now, excuse the sniffles. The HT's allergies are acting up. So, pardon the sniffles. As far as polio goes, vaccines help basically eliminate polio in the US, so you don't even hear about polio anymore. So, we eradicated smallpox with vaccines, and we virtually eliminated polio in the US with vaccines. So for those people who say they don't work, well, they work, and sometimes they work when enough people get vaccinated. They sometimes they work pretty dang well. As far as safety is concerned, for the past several years, most of the kids going to school had to be vaccinated. So millions upon millions of kids vaccinated every year. Some side effects, slight, probably. Some major, probably very few, but on the most part, overall, no problems with vaccines. No problems. You might say, but this new vaccine's new, so how do we know it's safe? Well, by now, millions upon millions of Americans and millions upon millions more worldwide have taken it. And what's become of them? Now, maybe a severe reaction here and there, but for the most part, nothing serious. Millions upon millions have been vaccinated already. So HT thinks that this weekend, you should go down to the local Walmart or CVS pharmacy or Walgreens pharmacy, because they all got signs out there. They all got signs that say free vaccines, walk-ins welcome. And if we as a country get together and do this, walk into our local drugstore and all get vaccinated, we could beat this thing, eradicate it, eliminate it. But unfortunately, the HD doesn't think this is going to happen. And the reason is because there's a segment of the population who values their freedom, and they ain't going to let the government force them to take no dang vaccine because they're pro freedom, pro democracy. Well, the HT says, why don't you give up, quote unquote, a little bit of your freedom to help somebody else? And who are you going to be helping, you might say? Well, the people who are most affected by COVID are the old and the immunosuppressed. The immunosuppressed, their immune system is very weak. So basically, the old and the weak. So think about it in this way. Hey, I love my freedoms. I love my democracy, even though HC doesn't see what vaccines have to do with either. But there are old people that if they get this thing, they could die. There are, weak people. If they get, they're gonna die. All right, I'm in. I'll take the jab because that's what some people call it, the jab. So come on in, man. Let's do it. Let's beat this thing. But alas, they're not going to do it because they have become brainwashed. They think, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Because if I succumb to vaccine and mask mandates, it's only a matter of time. That's it. That's the first step. In a month or two, America turns into an authoritarian tyranny. And I can't let that happen because I love freedom and democracy too much. And if I succumb to these mandates, that's it. Communism. And since these folk, value their freedom and democracy so much, they march down to their local school board to exercise their freedom of speech rights and declare and proclaim their anti-vax stance, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. But they love freedom of speech so much that when the kid goes up who's pro-vaccine, and he's pro-vaccine because his grandmother died of the virus, they tell him to shut up and sit down. Because they have no time for his freedom of speech. No time for it. And if an elected school board has different ideas, they think it would be safer for kids to wear masks in schools, well, they can't have that because they're pro-democracy. So what they should do is gather a group of 20 strong men. 20 strong, that's all they need is a group of 20 strong men. Go down to that local school board, elected school board, by the way, the local elected school board, physically remove those members and just place themselves in charge. Because that's their idea of democracy. Because they love democracy so much that that's how they feel. That's how they feel democracy should work. They love freedom and democracy so much when they have a person who's pro-mask, pro-vaccine at the local school board, they'll follow that person out and say, hey, we know where you live. We know who you are. Threaten them. Because they gave their First Amendment freedom of speech right. But they didn't like it. They didn't like what they had to say. That's how much they love freedom and democracy. Finally, they got to the gall to go down and tell the local school board that they know what's going on. They know that the only reason that the school board is pro-vaccine, pro-mask, is because they are demons. Demons. Evil people. Demons and evil people who want to make schools safe, and they're trying to protect the kids as best they can. Well, the HT thinks that these people should maybe take a look in the mirror, but take a real close look in the mirror. Real close. Get real close and look right into your eyes. Because then you might find that you're the one that has the little slit lizard eye. Maybe it wasn't the school board after all. So is this going to change anybody's mind? Nah, the HT doubts it. And when the HT tells the other side, hey, the HT is trying to save you from the virus, they're going to say, we don't care about you saving us. You don't have to worry about us, HT. Because we got science on our side. And we know what those freaking pharmaceutical companies are hiding from us. We know the truth. We got science on our side. We know that if we happen to do get the vaccine, all we need to go down to the local tanning salon and put that machine on extra high. Get that light seeping through our skin, and bam, it'll kill the virus, and we're all clear. Yep, we got science on our side. We know the truth. And if that doesn't work, it's all right. Because all we got to do is go down to the local vet and get mechanically dewormed, and bam, we're cured. Well, so that's what the HT thinks about vaccines. What do you think? Is it going to change anybody's mind? Probably not. But the HT is curious to know anyway. This is the HT, signing off.